We are live. Sorry, folks. I had to restart it. Oh, now the wrong thumbnail is up there. Can we hear me? I gotta pull up the chat. I can't see anybody yet. Hi, Angela. Hey, Rosa. Gotta pull up the chat. Can't see anybody yet. Yep, you can hear me. I thought everybody would be. Hi, Brianna. How are you? Hey, Simply D. There are so many live streams going on right now. I was just over at Mouse Talks for a little bit. Thank you, Rosa. So yeah, I'm pretty much ready to go. Give people a few minutes to get in here. How was everybody's day? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Brianna is my daughter. So hopefully people aren't too bracketed out. Mouse Talk was just doing a bracket. Not too bad, getting pretty excited about doing this. Hey, Sherry, how are you? Apparently, if you set up a event on the phone, you have to use it on the phone. That's why I had to restart the stream. Yeah, I've definitely learned a lot about Disneyland. I can only give people a brief description if you don't know anything about it. Other than that, you're pretty much on your own. Hey, Lydia, how are you? Probably get going. What time is it? 9:08. Probably start at what, 9:10, maybe? We'll go through the first round of 64 and we'll see how we feel after that. Six in here. One more minute. And a lot of these attractions aren't really like headline attractions or well-known attractions. They're just more like place fillers, like one of the first ones that's coming up. Can't go live anymore because of a copyright strike. I've had copyright strikes before and I can still go live. Hey, Scratch and Surf. How you doing? Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, CP was in here last night for the practice stream, which I'm kind of glad I did. Scratch and Surf is another channel from the scratcher community, obviously. Definitely a cool little group of people over there. Hey, Purple Gang. How you doing, fam? All right, it's 11 after. We got 8 people in here. We'd like an odd number, maybe, but maybe everybody won't vote. So I think we're going to kick this off because it's probably going to take a while to get through the first round here. But there she is. I wish I had stuff like Rob Fuzz's channel. I can put this up on the screen, but the first 2 attractions up are Donald's Boat, which is just like this walkthrough attraction, interactive type thing, up against a jumping jellyfish, which is like this up and down. I don't think it goes around, but it just, like it says, jumps up and down. So we got jumping jellyfish against Donald's Boat. Hey, Six Hand Spice. Thank you for coming in. You've made it to the first 2 choices, which is Donald's Boat and Jumping Jellyfish. We got 1 for Jellyfish. I have no say in the matter, guys. Give people a minute or 2 to chime in. Got 1 for Donald's Boat from Rosa. Pirate said Jellyfish. Purple Gangs says Jellyfish. Like I said, I have no input on this matter. I've never been there, never been on any of these attractions. Yeah, it's not a ride. It's just a walk-through attractions. Like I said earlier, some of these attractions aren't really rides. They're more like walk-through attractions and like One Man's Dream that we have here, that type of stuff that I needed to use as place fillers because there wasn't 64 quote unquote traditional attractions. We got 2 for Jumping Jellyfish. That's probably the one I would go for, and 1 for Donald's Boat. I don't see anybody else chiming in. Yeah, and it just keeps getting more expensive, Purple. Yeah, I've never been to Disneyland either. That's why this is 100% up to you guys. So we're going to give it to Jumping Jellyfish to move this along. Up next, we got Dumbo the Flying Elephant, which I think most of we probably know, going up against the Golden Zephyr, which is a rocket ship type attraction that does spin and goes up and down, kind of like Dumbo, but just in rocket ships. And Dumbo the Flying Elephant is obviously the Dumbo ride vehicles that spins around and goes up and down. So we got Dumbo up against the Golden Z. I know which one I would go for. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? Oh, all these notifications. Rosa says Dumbo. I love Dumbo is a vote for Dumbo. I think purple. Six Hand Spice says Dumbo. Pirates going with Golden. It definitely does look a little more exciting. Did I miss anybody's? 3 for Dumbo, and then the 1 for Golden. Golden Zephyr is the rocket ship style ride vehicle that spins around and goes up and down, kind of like Dumbo does, but Dumbo has the elephant ride vehicles. Yeah, I think Dumbo's going to win. We got 7 watching, 4 votes. So we'll give it to Dumbo. Up next, we got the Gadgets Go Coaster against the Matterhorn bobsleds. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what the Matterhorn is. I'm pretty sure it's the first ever tube steel coaster that's based in I forget what country's mountains, with the Yeti. And then the Gadget coaster is in Mickey's Toontown, and it's a Steel Junior coaster. And I don't know if it's based on Inspector Gadget. Maybe Pirate can help us out on that. But it sounds like it's a kiddie coaster, the Gadgets Go coaster. Ray J's, thank you for coming in. Gives the first vote to Matterhorn. Rosa says Matterhorn. Six Hand Spice says Matterhorn. I think I know which way this is going to go. Like the Barnstormer that we have in Walt Disney World. I vote for Gadget, my daughter's first coaster. Okay. Barnstormer is pretty cool. We actually waited an hour and a half for that attraction. Oh, it's based on Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers character. Thank you, Ray J. I would have never guessed that. Chip and Dale gets a lot of love over there in Disneyland because they got some attractions coming up that have their name actually in it. I think we're going to give it to Matterhorn. I got 3-1 with the Matterhorn. Taking that. And after that, we got the Davy Crockett's Canoes up against the Pirates of the Caribbean. The original Pirates of the Caribbean. And the Davy Crockett Canoes are just that, free-floating canoes, which just happens to be the only attraction that's powered by guests. I have a strange feeling I know which way this one's going. So we got the Pirates of the Caribbean up against Davy Crockett. six hand goes for Pirates. Rosa says Pirates. I do think they have the better Pirates out there. Well, I know you go for Pirates. Pirate. You see that new hat they have? Pirate, the Pirate Princess red hat with the feather in it. Ray J says Pirates. I didn't see one for. What was the other one? I even forget his name. Oh, Davy Crockett. So I think we're just going to give it to Pirates. Pirates should get it almost by default. Next, we got another like filler, the Mickey's House, which is another walkthrough attraction. I don't know if it's interactive, but apparently there's a meet and greet with Mickey in there. So that's pretty cool. Going up against the Mad Tea Party, which is the same thing that we have here in Walt Disney World based on the Mad Hatter's Tea Party with the teacups that spin around in a big circle and then the teacups spin by themselves. So we got the teacups up against Mickey Mouse's house, where you can actually meet Mickey Mouse. So I don't know, that might sway some votes there. We got one for Mad Tea Party from Pirate. Yeah, Purple Game's been a huge supporter. Definitely worthy. Rosa says Mickey's House. Yeah, I don't know which way I would go on this one. Ray J says Mad Tea Party. We got 2-1 for the Mad Hatter. Oh no, 3-1. I missed Purple's vote, or somebody's vote. Pirate, Purple, and Ray J. Hey Joseph, how you doing? Thank you for coming. We're just getting through the first section of this, so you haven't missed much. We got the teacups going up against Mickey's house, and it's 3-1 right now for the teacups, which I think we'll probably give it to, because I don't see anybody else have that right, 3-1. 3-1 for the teacups. Now, Luigi's Whirl, or it's called the Rockalin Roadsters. That's a tongue twister. I'm really not sure if that's like the Mater's Jamboree style ride system, where you spin in a circle and you kind of like leave a circle, kind of like our new, what do they call it, the alien swirling saucers ride system. But they use tractors out there instead of alien cars. So it's Luigi's Whirl. Up against Guardians of the Galaxy, the old Tower of Terror, the drop ride, kind of similar to the one we have here in Walt Disney World, although it is a little different, like most attractions between the two parks. So it's that Rockland Roadsters Luigi's World up against Guardians of the Galaxy. Man, that first one's a tongue twister. I know which one I would go for. Yeah, kind of in a way, Purple Gang. Even the rides that they have in both parks are different. Florida Fanatics goes for Guardians of the Galaxy. How you doing, guys? Thank you for stopping in. Ray J goes for Guardians. Pirates of Guardians. It does look like a fantastic makeover that they did with Rocket. We got 3-1 Guardians. I don't think I missed anybody. I was kind of thinking that's the way it was going to go. We'll probably just give it to Guardians. How many? 7? Get this thing moving. We're not even through the first section here yet. All right, up next we got Tarzan's Treehouse, which is just a walkthrough attraction. Sorry, I got my notes here. If I keep looking down, that's what I'm looking at. I have a short description of the rides that I don't know to at least give people that in the chat that don't know a general idea of what we're talking about. Because a lot of these attractions I didn't know. I assume it's similar. Maybe someone in the chat can confirm this. But I think it's similar to the Swiss Family Treehouse that we have here. So that's going up against the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, which again I think is something similar to what we have here in Walt Disney World, although it might be a little different. Like I was saying, most attractions are between the two parks. That Winnie the Pooh is a cute attraction. Purple goes for Pooh. That treehouse. Not too fond of the treehouse. Oh, it used to be Swiss Family out there too. Yeah, it's amazing how many of the attractions out there have gone through conversions. Pirate goes for Winnie. Rosa goes for Winnie the Pooh. 3-0 Winnie. We got 1 for the treehouse from Ray J. So it is pretty similar. You just walk up and then walk back down. I mean, it's pretty cool, but you're pretty much waiting in line to wait in line. We got 3-1. Hey, little Oz. I almost missed you. How you doing? How's things down under? You got anything to say about the Tarzan Treehouse going up against the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh? Okay, Winnie. So that's 4-1 for Winnie the Pooh. I think it's safe to say we can give it to Winnie the Pooh. So next we got Peter Pan's Flight. The classic. I think everybody knows pretty much what Peter Pan's Flight is. That suspended ride. system through London, going up against Monsters Inc., which is a dark ride that replaced Superstar Limo, quite possibly one of the worst attractions Disney's ever created. Who's Winnie the Pooh is trackless? Florida? I don't think ours is. Ours bounces around. Although I guess it could be trackless and bounce around. Florida Fanatics goes for Peter Pan. What was that going up against? Oh, Monsters. And that's just a dark ride through, I don't know if it's the Laugh Factory or what that's all about. Ray J goes for Peter Pan. But I've seen videos of that Superstar Limo. I don't know what they were thinking when they came up with that. Purple goes for Peter. We got 3-1. Did I miss anybody? Superstar is now Monsters. Yeah, I think I said that. Oh, Rosa said Peter Pan. Missed that. That's 4-1 for Peter. 5-1. Little Oz says Peter. Okay, that goes to Peter Pan. First section is done. Woohoo! Okay, moving on. Section 2. Like I said, for the new folks, I just have notes here on the attractions. The attraction name is a lot bigger so I can see it, and it's got a little cliff note on the attraction. Hell's House Paranormal. Hello. How are you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate that. We're just getting going on section 2 of the first round of this first ever, I believe, Disneyland Attraction Bracket. At least the first ever of this year. So first up in the second section is Mater's Jamboree, Junkyard Jamboree, up against the Pixar Pal-Around, which is the old Mickey Fun Wheel, I think it was called. It's the big Ferris wheel, 160 feet Ferris wheel. And this, I don't think all the cars move, but some of the cars go back and forth as you go around. So it's the Pixar Pal-Around, and the Mater's Junkyard Jamboree is the same exact ride system that the Alien Swirling Saucers is that we have here, except they're being pulled around by baby, what did I say, tractors, the baby tractors. And it does that 3-circle in and out business. Florida Fanatics goes for the Ferris wheel. Okay, there are non-swinging cars too. I thought so. Purple Gang goes for the Ferris wheel. Did I miss anybody? Thanks for that thumbs up, Hell's House. Thank you, Angela. I don't know what that was, but We got Pirate goes for Mater. Mater. Rosa goes for the Junkyard Jamboree. That's 2-2, isn't it? Oh no, Ray J goes for the Death Wheel. Yeah, some of that moving car business looks like a heart attack waiting to happen. That's 3-2. Anybody else want to chime in before we call this one? I think that was the closest one we've had so far. We got 3 for the wheel, 4 for the wheel with Little Oz's vote. And 2 for poor little Mater. We got 6 watching. Oh, that's 6 votes. So that goes to Pixar Pal Around. All right, we got a fun one coming up next. Splash Mountain, Splash Mountain, going up against the Finding Nemo subs, which is just a submarine type ride. I don't know if you do go underwater, but I think it's only like up to the windows. I don't think you're actually underneath the water. And that's another attraction that used to be something else. It used to be, I don't think it was called the Nautilus, but it was based on the Nautilus from that 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So we got Splash Mountain. Definitely one of the top attractions up against Finding Nemo subs. Splash, splash, splash. Rosa says splash. Little Oz says splash. Florida Fanatics is on splash. And Ray J is on splash. Mater, the wheel scares me. Yeah, it would definitely be on one of the non-moving cars. That is for sure. Pirate Princess Reds on the waves. That's 5-0. I think that's our first sweep. I don't think it can go any other way. Splash Mountain wins that one. Up next, we got Minnie's House, which is just the same as that Mickey's House, except it's Minnie's House. And I don't think it's a guaranteed meet and greet like Mickey's House. I think it's a sporadic thing. I don't know how interactive it is, but it's a walkthrough going up against Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, which we used to have here at Walt Disney World until they redid Fantasyland. Yeah, we had it here too, didn't we? Florida Fanatics, the 20,000 Leagues. And that went out with that new Fantasyland makeover. So we got Minnie Mouse up against Mr. Toad, which is a dark ride based on the Wind in the Willows. Ooh, a lot of love for the Toad. Pirate goes for Toad. I heard it's kind of a dark ride. Like, dark not meaning dark, but like dark meaning you go to hell. And Purple Gang goes for Mr. Toad. Florida Fanatics says Mr. Toad. That's 4-0. I think 7. There's no way he can come back or she can come back. So Mr. Toad wins that one. All right, moving on. Walt's Enchanted Tiki Room, which I think we all know on both coasts. One of his originals. Going up against, I need my notes for this one, the Silly Symphony, which is a swing ride, like a chain swing. Which I think is an opening day attraction too. It's at least 1955. So we got the swing going up the Tiki Room. I know which way I would go. Rose is going with the Tiki Room. And everybody knows the Tiki Room with the animatronic birds and the totem poles that sing. And Florida Fanatic says Tiki Room. And the swing, what did I say? It was Silly Symphony. Looks like any old swing ride you would find at any fair or amusement park. I guess Purple Gang's gonna go with the swing. Little Oz goes with the swing. That's 2-2. Oh no, I see 3. Ray J went with the Tiki Room. That's 3-2. Oh, Pirate. I'm sorry. You see the birds there. You and your emojis. That's 4-2. 8 watching. Could get tied up, possibly, if somebody else wanted to chime in. I don't know who else is here. But we'll probably just give it to the Tiki Room. Keep this thing moving along. What time is it? Wow, it's already 9:30. Maybe we'll just end up doing one of these things. So we got up next Star Wars Launch Bay, which is just a walkthrough interactive attraction going up against It's a Small World, the classic boat ride, which we have here in Walt Disney World. They are slightly different between the two. Found a Tiki Room vinyl at an antique shop for $5. Ended up flipping it on eBay for $150. Why'd you do that? I would have kept it. Small World, says Ray J. That's such a classic attraction. I love the Small World. I've never been into Star Wars Launch Bay that we have. We have it here in Hollywood Studios. Not sure if there's meet and greets that happen in there. Little Oz says Small World. Pirate says Small World. And I think they have one in Shanghai too, the Launch Bay. We got 3-0 for Small World. I think that's the one I would probably go with. The Flight of Passage Avatar one. I mean, I can't imagine you're talking about the boat one. But it's quite possibly the best attraction ever. If that's what you're talking about, the Flights of Passage purple. I have so much Disney stuff on vinyl. Find it again and keep it. That's pretty cool. I never thought about that. Getting vinyl stuff on, or Disney stuff on vinyl. So 3-1 for, or 3-0 for Small World. Up next, we got Goofy's Sky School, which is a Wild Mouse style roller coaster, kind of like Primeval World that we have here in Walt Disney World, going up against The Haunted Mansion. I don't know if that needs any explaining to anybody. The Haunted Mansion and Goofy's Sky School. I don't mind that Wild Mouse style, although it doesn't look like the Goofy one spins at all. It just does the back and forth crazy business. But the one that we have here spins halfway down the track. Rose is going with Goofy. You're a Goofy fan in the house. Ray J goes with Haunted Mansion. I mean, how can you vote against the Haunted Mansion? Pirate, Haunted Mansion. Florida Fanatics and Purple, Haunted Mansion. 4-1 I have. Who did I miss? Little Oz, Haunted Mansion. 9-1, 5-1 with 9 watching. I don't think it can come back. I don't want it to come back. Haunted Mansion moves on. Up next, we got the red car trolley going up against the Incredicoaster, which is the old, what was it called? California Screamin', before they changed to all Pixar stuff. It's the one roller coaster out there that loops. And the red car trolley is just that. It's a trolley car that goes, I believe, up and down Main Street. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they're actual replica cars or trolley cars that used to traverse the streets of California. Ray J says he hates the Wild Mouse. Yeah, it's one of those ones you either love or hate. So we got the red car trolley up against the Incredicoaster. I would assume that red car trolley has a lot of nostalgia type thing going for it. But Pirate says it's no contest. It's Incredicoaster. Rosa says Incredicoaster. Ray J says Incredicoaster. Looking like it is no contest. Purple says Coaster. 4-0. Let's just give it to the Incredicoaster. We got to try to move this along here. We're almost done with the first side, though. Last one for this side is the Little Mermaid, which I'm not 100% sure what that is, going up against the Indiana Jones. Now, gonna need chat help for this one. I wasn't able to find any information on the Little Mermaid. I'd have to assume that Indiana Jones is the stunt spectacular show. Oh, okay. That's what I figured. It's just like ours here at Walt Disney World. Pretty cool how they go underwater. It's all blue. Oh, so the Indiana Jones there is an actual ride, not a show. Well, that might change things. Little Oz goes with Little Mermaid. Oh, okay. Indiana Jones is the same as Animal Kingdom's dinosaur, but based on or themed on Indy. Love that dinosaur ride. Rosa goes with Indiana. Ray J goes with Indiana Jones. 2-1. Did I miss something? So it's saying it's an amazing ride. Does that mean you're going with it, Pirate? I would have to assume. That's 3-1. Yeah, Alpha Travel has great footage of just about every attraction out there. I think we're gonna give it to Jones, guys. It's 3-1 from what I see. No, you good, Pirate? All right, let's move on to the other side. I don't know if this is speeding up or slowing down here, but let's move on. Next is Alice in Wonderland. How are we doing on time? It's almost 10 o'clock. I thought this was going to go an hour. We can continue on, finish this section, and we'll see how we feel after that. We'll try to bang through these real quick. A lot of these are more well-known attractions. So we got Alice in Wonderland, which is that dark attraction. They have so many dark attractions out there, it's ridiculous. Going up against the Radiator Springs, which is kind of like our test track, but just way cooler. Speaking of footage, Alana did I think she was doing a live stream from Disneyland when she went on Radiator Springs. Hey, Liam's Play World. How are you? Thank you for coming. Just started the second half of this first round of 64. And we have the Radiator Springs, which Rose is going with, going up against the Alice in Wonderland Dark Ride, which is obviously based off the movie. Thank you very much, Liam. Ciao. Pirate goes with lightning. Rosa goes with lightning. Ray J goes with lightning. Okay, let's give it to Radiator Springs Racers. Let's try to get these things moving. Next is the Disneyland Monorail. I think we all know what the monorail is. Going up against the Grizzly River Run, which is a rapid raft ride. Similar to the one we have. I don't know how similar, but same style attraction to the one we have in Animal Kingdom. Cargo, how are you doing? Thank you for coming. We're about halfway through the first round here. Slowly making our way through. We got the Grizzly River Run currently going against the Disneyland monorail. You never hear about their doors falling off and pieces falling off, and can't wait till we get some new monorails. Missed anybody? Ray J's going with monorail. Purple's going with Grizzly. Rose is going with Grizzly. Our monorail is not as utilized as Walt Disney. No, it isn't. Well, it only has like 1 or 2 stops, right? It just goes to downtown Disney and the park. I mean, there's really not too many places it can go there, unfortunately, because of space. Little Oz goes with Grizzly. Yeah, Ray J. I think it's just like the Cali River Rapids. I don't know if it's the same layout, but so we got 3-1 for the Rapids. Grizzly. So let's give it to Grizzly to move this along. Next, we got Astro Orbiters going up against the Pirate's Lair on Tom Sawyer Island. Tom Sawyer Island, kind of similar to what we have at Walt Disney World. Going up against the Astro Orbiter. Which we have here in Walt Disney World too. I think they're pretty similar. Both are up on platforms. And the Astro Orbiter is similar to that other rocket ship ride that spins you around and brings you up and down. And the Tom Sawyer Island is that attraction that starts with the raft ride over to the island. And there's a cave. I don't know if there's a cave in Disneyland, but there's a cave here. Little Oz says Astro. Rosa says Astro. Ray J says Astro. Purple goes with Astro. What did she say? Tom Sawyer has Pirate Gold, an interactive walkthrough, and it houses the treasure or a snake or a dragon. I can't really make out what that is. I was supposed to get a real bad storm this weekend. Yeah, I've been hearing about that. So I'm going to message you. Oh, okay. We got 4-1 for the Astro. We're going to give it to the Astro Orbiter. Next, Disneyland Railway. The railroad that goes around the circumference of the park. Going up against the Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. The Abraham Lincoln animatronic that he created way back when for the World's Fair. Abe Lincoln. Where am I? Up against the railroad. Walt Disney's Railroad. Pinocchio. Yeah, they're coming up. Storybook is coming up somewhere. I have that on here. Osler Fishing. How bad did I destroy that? How you doing? Thank you for coming. Ray J says the railway. Purple goes with the railroad. We got the Walt Disney Railroad going up against the Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. Rosa says the railroad. 3-0. Pirate says the railroad. Almost missed that. That's 4-0 for the railroad that I see. So we're going to give it to the railroad. Move this along. Now we got Goofy's Playhouse, which is just another take on the Minnie and Mickey's house. I'm not sure if there's a meet and greet there. I don't know if there is. It's like a bounce house type of thing, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe someone can confirm or deny that. Going up against the Autopia, which is like our speedway with the cars. Jesse Robert Garza, how you doing? Thank you for coming. We're slowly getting to the end of round one here, in that which we'll probably call it off. Right now, we got Goofy's house going up against the Autopia. Our speedway is closed currently due to construction. Pirate says Autopia. Slowly catching up on those videos, Jesse. I'm a few days behind. Ray J goes with Autopia. Megan, how you doing? Mickey's Magic is in the house. If you missed it, we got Autopia going up against the Goofy's house, which is just a place filler. It's like a walkthrough interactive furniture and stuff is made out of balloon-like material, apparently. Again, I've never been to this place. We got 2-1. Did I miss somebody? Purple, Rosa. Oh no, 4. So that's Autopia. Autopia takes it. Next, we got the Main Street Cinema going up against the Jungle Cruise, which is just like what we have here. The boat ride with the skippers. And the Main Street Cinema is just a 5 or 6 screen cinema on Main Street there. And they play shorts, I believe, all the time. We got Ray J goes for Jungle Cruise. Rosa says Jungle Cruise. Cargo's on the cruise. I didn't know if you guys would be up for another bracket after Mouse Talks bracket. I tried to catch some of it. So we're just going to give it to the Jungle Cruise. I don't think I saw one for the cinema. Try to keep this along. Jungle Cruise. So next we got the Sleeping Beauty Castle. The castle there at the hub. Going up against Buzz Lightyear Astro Blaster, which is the same as we have here at Walt Disney World. Only again, theirs is slightly better because you can remove their guns and move them around, unlike ours, which are stationary, like the Toy Story Mania guns. So we got Buzz Lightyear, Astro Blaster up against the Sleeping Beauty Castle. And the reason I put that in there is because in Disneyland, you can actually go inside their castle, and apparently they have scenes set up from the movie that you can see. So it kind of is a attraction. Meg goes with the castle. Rosa goes with Buzz. I think that is such a better option where you could remove the gun. Purple goes with the castle. Can you get Galactic Hero out there too? Is that the same? I do love Buzz. It's one of my favorite rides. Yeah, I know that. Pew pew. I take it that's for Buzz. Pew pew. Mouse Talks in the house. How you doing, Walt? And Melissa? I know it's usually Walt, but I try to include both. Sorry I couldn't stick around too long. I tried to stay around for some of it. But we're just about done with the third section of the first round. We got the castle and Buzz, I think, tied up. Is that correct? Two for Buzz, three for Buzz. 3-2 Buzz. That I see. So we're going to give it to Buzz. Unless somebody else wants to say otherwise. But we want to try to keep this moving. I want to finish at least this one section. It's what? 10:09? All right, we're moving along here a little bit better. So now we got the Sky Blue Cellar up against Snow White Scary Adventure. Now the Blue Sky Cellar, I can only imagine, is kind of like our one man's dream that we have in Hollywood studios. If anybody else can chime in on what that is. And Snow White's Scary Adventure is a dark ride based on just that, Snow White. We got the Blue Sky Cellar, which is a walkthrough interactive kind of look at art and artifacts from Walt and Walt Disney World. And it looks like it's a blowout for Snow White. we're gonna give it to Snow White. That's probably what I would go with. It looks like a great attraction. Again, another dark ride that Disneyland has. They have so many dark rides there. We seem to keep losing our dark rides. Okay, last section. We got through that last one in like 15 minutes, so we can try to do this in like 10 minutes and we'll call it a night. Next one up is Soaring Around the World, the old Soaring Around California, up against the Frontier Shooting Range. Soaring is that flying simulator, which I'm sure is pretty similar, if not identical, to the one that we have here. I don't know what the Blue Sky Cellar is. I didn't know what it was either until I did research. I hope I'm correct in saying it's a current attraction. Meg goes with Soarin'. Am I correct in saying it's pretty similar to the one we have with the 3 tiers of seats? Mouse Talk goes with Soarin'. Jesse goes with Frontier. I used to love that attraction as a kid. That's the shooting range with the laser, and you got to shoot the little red targets on the barrel or the light post, and that's what the shooting range is. Pirate goes with Soarin'. I'm a little far behind here. Purple goes with Frontier. Thank you, Pirate. Yes, it's identical. What do we got? 3-2. That's a little closer than I thought it was going to be. I think it's 3-2. Oh yeah, I almost missed that. You like that, Walt? Where is it? There it is. That's Disney Dan's t-shirt. If you didn't know, Dan's got merch. T-Town Mary Ellen, how are you? Thank you for stopping in. Couple more votes for Soren. One from T-Town Mary Ellen. And Rosa, we're going to give it to Soren. That's the one I would go with. Awesome attraction. I never got to experience the California one. I only know the version that we have. I would have to assume at least the ending is different. They don't have Epcot and fireworks at Disneyland. They must have some end that's different. Moving on, we have the Storybook Canal boats, which I think Cargo was talking about earlier, going up against the Casey Jr. Circus Train, which, if I'm not mistaken, share some of the same scenes, which are miniature scenes from different animated movies. So we got the train going up against the boat. And the train, I think, is the circus train out of Dumbo. Pirate goes with the boat. I think that's the one I would go with. That looks so cool. I think Alpha Traveler did a video on that too, if I'm not mistaken. Mickey's Magic goes with the boats. Purple goes with the boats. T-Town Mary Ellen likes the boats. Everybody, see you later, Jesse. Thank you for stopping by. Rosa goes with the train. It's 4-1 for the boats. It says we got 13 watching. That's awesome. Thank you all so much. Hoshler Fishing. How you doing? You were in here earlier, weren't you? Hoshler, am I saying that correctly? So let's give it to the boats. I saw 4-1 the last count. I kind of want to keep this moving. Let's give it to the boats. Up next, we got Pinocchio's Daring Journey up against Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, which is the roller coaster, obviously. Big Thunder Mountain up against Pinocchio, which is another dark ride, which is themed, obviously, around Pinocchio. I don't have too much else on it than that. I think we all know what Big Thunder is. Love that attraction. I think they're a little different park to park. Meg goes with Big Thunder. Ray J, Big Thunder. Who did I miss? Oh, nobody. T-Town, Big Thunder. Pirate, Big Thunder. I think it's a blowout. I saw one Pinocchio. Hey, Wisconsin Scratcher. How you doing? Thank you for stopping in. To give some love to Pinocchio. 4-1 for Pinocchio. Oh, Rosa goes with Pinocchio. That's 4-2 Pinocchio. 8 watching. At best, it could tie, and I would go with Big Thunder. So let's go with Big Thunder. We're almost done with this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to go. Up next, we got the Roger Rabbit Spin, I believe. Where are my notes? Yeah, Roger Rabbit Cartoon Spin, which again is another dark ride. Themed to Roger Rabbit, going up against the Mark Twain Riverboat, which is similar to our riverboat ride that goes around the rivers of America. And I don't even know what to begin to describe the cartoon spin on. I've seen videos of it before. But it's similar to all the other ones: Snow White, Pinocchio, Winnie the Pooh. Wisconsin Lotto goes with Mark Twain. Ray J, Meg, T-Town, Mary Ellen, Purple. Pirate goes with Mark Twain. So we're going to give it to Twain all the way. Up next, here's the Chippendale attraction. Chippendale's Treehouse going up against the King Arthur Carousel, which is just the big merry-go-round there, the King Arthur Carousel. And the Chippendale Treehouse, which is just a walk-through interactive type attraction, but I think it's all ground level, unlike the other style tree houses. I don't think you actually go up in this attraction at all. Wisconsin's going with the carousel. Yeah, Wisconsin Scratcher is another one, obviously, from the Scratcher community. Ray J's giving the chipmunk some love. Pirate's going with the carousel. Meg's going with the chipmunks. Oh, don't you? Their dinosaur outfits this summer in Animal Kingdom were quite possibly the cutest. The King, thank you for that like. Thank you for stopping by. We're almost done with this. We got 3 more after this. And it looks like it's tied up. Am I mistaken? No, I see 3 for Chip and Dale. I see 3-2 for the Chipmunks. Thank you, Wisconsin Scratcher. We're going to give it to the Chipmunks to move this along. Next, Star Tours, like the one we have here in Walt Disney World, the simulator attraction, going up against the Sorcerer's Workshop, which is just another walkthrough style attraction similar to our One Man's Dream and that Blue Sky Cellar, where you get to see how animators do things. So it's really not interactive at all. And that's going up against Star Tours. I think we all know and love Star Tours. I still say that would be a great way to get it to Galaxy Edge. But I know the capacity issue would ruin that right away. But that would be pretty cool. You get on Star Tours at Muppets, and then you get off and you're stepping out into Galaxy's Edge. Ray J goes with Star Tours. T-Town Mary Ellen. Mickey's Magic says Star Tours. Purple Gang, Star Tours. 1 for Sorcerers. Wisconsin Lottery says Sorcerers. Roses for Star Tours. Thank you so much for coming, Meg. Have a good night. We'll see you soon. So we're going to give it to Star Tours. That's the one I would go with too. Love that attraction. Jumping into light speed. So next we got Toy Story Mania. It's the second to last one. We got 2 more left. Toy Story Mania going up against Turtle Talk. Both of these I'm pretty familiar with. We have them both here at Walt Disney World. Turtle Talk is a interactive with a screen with Crush from Finding Nemo, where you actually get to talk to him. And Toy Story Mania is obviously based on Toy Story, and it's that shooting game where you shoot at all the targets. Wisconsin goes for Toy Story. Ray J. Roser, T-Town, Mary Ellen. See you later, the King. Thanks for stopping by. Looks like 4-0 for Toy Story. So let's give it to Toy Story. Last one, guys. And then we can get out of here. What time is it? Oh, man, it's 10:30. Whew. Sorry, guys. Space Mountain And the sailing ship Columbia is our last one. Space Mountain is obviously Space Mountain. And that sailing ship Columbia is a replica of, I forget the name of it. It's Columbia something, Red Riva or something. But it's a replica of the first ship that sailed all the way around the globe for the first time. And I'm not sure if that, I think it moves kind of like the Mark Twain riverboat. The Columbia because pirates. Oh, Wisconsin Scratcher goes for the Columbia. T-Town and Rosa go with Space Mountain. We got a tie here. Oh no, Ray J goes with Space Mountain. And on that note, he's out of here. See you, Ray J. We're about to get out of here too. I don't know, unless somebody else wants to chime in on the canon. Looks like Space Mountain's going to win it. Yeah, I see 3-2 for Space Mountain. Going once, 10:27. Although it's a lot earlier where some people are, but I wasn't expecting it to go an hour and a half, but not too bad. I don't see any other votes. 6 watching. How many did it say I voted? 5. The best it could do would tie it, and I would go with Space Mountain, so we'll give it to Space Mountain to call the final round finished. Thank you guys for bearing with me through that. But we got the first round of her done. We'll pick it up next Thursday. Don't have much else going on before that. Just remember March 3rd will be on Dole Whip Dad's channel, Jeff's channel, with his weekly DizTube. He'll have others on before that, so if you haven't checked out Jeff's channel, please do that. Go over and show him some love. If you haven't checked out Angela's Pirates video yet, that's a great video. Got me watching that movie almost daily again. Thank you, Purple Gang, for being here. Really appreciate it. Oh, I'm using the wrong mouse. I miss. No worries, Wisconsin. Glad you were here when you came. You going in May to Disney World or Disneyland? Wisconsin. Thank you, Rosa and Angela, as usual, for your stellar work. I don't know what happened earlier with Mr. Hell House, but I saw something. Disney World. We might be there in May too. Oh, lucky. Last year you went to Disneyland. One day we'll make it. Okay, it's 10:30. Hour and a half hour over what I thought. Still got 7 viewers in here. You guys are the best. We'll pick this up next Thursday. Hopefully it'll move a little quicker. I think with the explaining what the attractions were, slowed it down. We should have more common attractions, so it should move faster. Again, Angela, Rosa, thank you so much for being here. Wisconsin Scratcher, thank you so much for being here. Purple Gang, have an awesome night. Thank you for being here. And unless anybody else got something to say, we're going to get out of here. Until we see each other again, have a magical day. Love you guys. Good night. Oh, I'm using the wrong mouse again.